A couple months later, if that album isn't selling, it's scratched off.
Is it possible for you to see from your perspective what these bigger labels are doing to the creativity of artists?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with major labels now that I see is that they just have no ground to stand on, really, and they have no outlet to really make money. So they're reaching here and there and trying to create, I guess, crazy deals now that they're giving bands. And it's sad when you see a band that is a great band that's put out great records continuously, and then they get to this major label, and certain elements are changed about that band. So much money is thrown into them. A couple months later, if that album isn't selling, it's scratched off, just like a number, just tax write-off, drop them, see you later, and now their career is 5 steps lower than it was 2 years prior to that.
Yeah.
You know, so.
How many times you get to hear that story?
Yeah, it's
where
so
a band
sad. Throw so much money into them, and then see you later.
They're better off breaking up and not owing a major label whatever kind of money they owe them than trying to continue their career under the same name. I mean, it's something if you stay involved in music and you follow bands, I mean, you hear this story all the time. It's a pretty common tale.
But isn't the way to change it the way you are doing it? Like creating your own private space in which you can do what you want?
Yeah, I think bands are getting creative.
Yeah.
Like you're starting to, you know, a lot of bands doing self-released albums with distribution type deals, and you know, a lot of that has become possible too because of the internet. I mean, the internet and downloadable things have just changed the face of everything.
Yeah,
it wasn't even possible to get people your music until these sorts of things came out, you know, and it empowers, in a way, the internet it can empower a single artist, you know what I mean? That's why you see some 14-year-old kid post his video on YouTube and all of a sudden he's a mega superstar. I mean, there's something about that that's kind of cool and sort of DIY in a way. Kid didn't do shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm
Who are you talking about?
Well, a bunch.
Because I remember this kid that did this Lady Gaga song behind the piano.
Oh, I just saw that kid.
And he got
signed
to Ellen DeGeneres or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of kid.
He played
He was 12, I think.
Played a Lady Gaga song in his high school or even his middle school talent show, and it was on YouTube. And like Ellen DeGeneres saw it and brought him on the show, and then he got signed to some giant major contract.
Yeah, she created this label for him to sign on.
I mean, if that's possible, why do you need it?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
But because over the years, these big labels have become bigger and bigger and bigger, and took all these little labels under their wings. Is there already a sort of reverse development?
I think there has to be a change, but in our situation, not saying that our situation will work for everybody, obviously, because it just might not. Certain bands do need a major label. They do need to be marketed in a certain, you know, element and in a certain style or whatever it might be, and that an independent or, you know, indie label or a DIY kind of way wouldn't sell that kind of music, you know, whatever music that might be, but
pop music.
Pop music, yeah.
Sort of.
I mean, that's essentially there's kind of no reason to keep pop music independent.
Yeah,
you know, the whole purpose of that music is
to get to everybody.
To write the catchiest stuff and put it in everybody's ears you can, you know? And I want people to listen to our music, I do. I'd like as many people to hear it as possible, but, you know, at what cost?
Yeah.
But are you said something about catchiness. Are you do you want to write catchy songs? Is that something you strive for? Would you bring it out, or would you put a song on an album if it wasn't a little bit catchy?
If you liked it, I mean, I don't know.
I think I mean, honestly, I don't think Brian knows how to write that's not catchy.
Yeah.
Just how he writes.
He writes catchy stuff.
He writes great choruses, and
so,
it's not a lie, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, because it's not hard to listen to your records.
No,
it's not like you have to sit down and put on your headphones.
Exactly.
Because there are too many bands, especially from New York, who are doing so.
Yeah.
But you are not. Thank God.